What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a special edition of the Henok Crypto Show today. I am excited to have an incredible guest, a guest that many of you are very well aware of, a guest that I've been excited about having on for quite some time now. And it is good to be with you. I just want to make it clear for those of you that are on YouTube, we're not going to get to Q&A today. I've got some questions lined up for our guest, but we appreciate you nonetheless. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, hit the bell. I am not a financial advisor. My guest today, David, is not a financial advisor. We are not, here to give you any kind of financial advice. We're going to talk about crypto. So, without further ado, let me get my man in the stream. Y'all, do me a favor, put some fire emojis down below. Twitter, retweet. Y'all know what to do. And let's give a round of applause, some emojis, some hand claps, some fire for my man, David Gokhshtein. David, how are we today, sir?
What's going on, bro?
Let's go, baby.
I'm just saying, I'm like, I got to wear these sunglasses because I got this window with the sun just like piercing my eyes. So I got eyes,
bro. Those sunglasses are insane. I could see my 5 head on them glasses.
I can switch it up. Like, it don't matter to me, man. I got plenty of sunglasses. What is going on, man? I'm happy to be here, man.
Man, it is such an honor to have you on. First of all, it is just an honor of a lifetime. Thank you so much for what you do for our space. I love following you. I love your tweets. I love your spaces. Grateful for you. Grateful for Matt as well. And I really appreciate what you guys are doing there at Gokhshtein Media.
Appreciate it, man. Matt, shout outs to Matt. Matt's low-key been doing this thing, but now he's getting the attention that he deserves. So shout outs to Matt.
That's awesome. Well, hey, David, let's jump right into it. I wanted to ask you a few questions. Number one, how did you get into crypto? How did you hear about it? Where'd you get your start?
Heard about it. Oh my God, a long time ago. So I'm not gonna give off my age. I didn't think nothing of it. I thought it was some War of Warcrafts type of stuff, and but then I looked into it. I started to understand it, and I'm here, man. I fell in love with the word decentralization, so that means everything for me, and I can't wait until everybody jumps into this space. We're still early. I know that's those two words frequently used, but like, it is the truth. We're still early.
I want to dial
3 words. Excuse me. 3 words.
Can we talk about decentralization? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to the rest of us?
I think for me personally, it brings back trust. It brings back trust into the system. So for me, that's what it means to me. I won't speak on anybody else's behalf, but it brings back that trust that we've lost. We've lost that trust, and you can see people are hungry to get it back. So that's dope. And again, I can't wait until this space really starts growing. We haven't seen anything yet. Like, all the announcements are cool and stuff like that, but 5 years from now, we're gonna look back and say, man, we were really early. Like, look at the stuff that's happening out here.
No, I love it. Some people would say that we're not early, that by the time it's hitting CNN News, Fox News, I saw you've done some interviews. They're saying it's too late. What are your thoughts, or what would you say to the people that would say, nah, we're not early anymore?
We are early. We're like, look at the NFT space. Like, there are no by the way, there are no experts in this space. I just want to clarify that real quick. There are no experts in this space. I think we're 5 years away from calling anybody an expert. Do we have people in this space that know their stuff? Absolutely. Experts, not yet. But when it comes to the NFT space, we're super early. Like, we are super early. We're like in version 1 of, that I'd say the metaverse is version 1, but we're probably in version 2 of NFTs. We're not there yet. Again, everybody has an opportunity to jump in. People who are creative, who know how to really do dope stuff. See, I'm watching my language as I'm going here. I don't want to demonetize anybody. But we're early. Crypto space, still early. But yeah, in 5 years, if you haven't entered the crypto space, you're probably going to be left behind, especially on, let's say, Bitcoin and Ethereum. But yeah, I think everybody has an opportunity. What, 7%, 9% are only in right now? I mean, come on. We're still early by all intents and purposes.
No, I completely agree. There's a lot of people in our space who get really tribal about tokens, layer ones. I mean, what are your thoughts on blue chips, meme coins, altcoins, and how people should view them?
I think everybody has. There's enough space for everybody, and not look. They're not all going to survive. Period. Said and done. 90% of these things. I'll say from the meme side. Shout outs to the meme tokens, by the way. I'm not dissing you. I think memes are great because it allows people to enter the space, right? Geico's a meme, right? If you look at Geico, a centralized company, it is essentially a meme, right? You have a gecko, and every time you look at a gecko, you're reminded of Geico, which is an insurance company that gets you in. Geico, we just shout you out, so send him a check. But that's the same thing that meme coins do, right? So you don't have to market. People remember the name and they're like, oh, dope. Okay, I'm gonna go into this. And then hopefully the team can go ahead and figure out what to do from there on in when they do actually have the community and the crowd. A lot, obviously, you see rug pull, which really sucks. Others really take it seriously and say, you know what, we'll start off as a meme, build a community, we'll build utility, and then maybe we'll go ahead and move away from being a meme token, which I think is like you don't really have to do that at all. Like it's okay to be a meme as long as you build utility with it. But as for Bitcoin and Ethereum and the layer ones, like look, I think Ethereum gets its act together, 2.0 comes out, and slowly you start seeing some of these layer ones disappear. Not that I'm rooting for it. Listen, they're fanboys, and there'll be a space for everybody. But I think once Ethereum 2.0 is implemented, we'll see a slow drift away from others.
100%. I wanted to ask about concerns. There's a lot of people that are extremely apprehensive about crypto. Maybe they're new to the game or they've been in the game for a while, actually, and they have a lot of red flags and concerns. I wanted to ask you about yours. What would you say would be some concerns you have about the practice of crypto trading, crypto investing? Any red flags for you?
I think for me, the concern is when you see people that just entered the space look at charts. They don't know what they're looking at. It's you got somebody saying there's 19 different ways this can go. It's the same way I would go ahead and pull out a map of the United States of America and tell you there's 19 different ways to get to New Jersey. Like you could get lost. Like nobody knows what a MACD is. Like a lot of people don't understand the language. What I would say is people coming into the space, this is a concern for me. They should sit back, watch, observe, read, research, and then go in. Not financial advice, of course, but again, take that time because it's your money. It's not it wasn't gifted to you. It's your money. Make sure that if you're going into something that you've studied it enough and feel confident that, you know what, this might work out. And again, just to let you guys know, like nothing's 100%, not even Bitcoin. And I love Bitcoin. So it's, I'm going to get all the maxis that get in. Nothing's 100%. I can walk outside today and get hit by a bus. It's not 100% given. That's
all. I'm sure you have your criteria. I'm sure you have criteria in regards to projects or coins you like investing in. Is there some things that you would say, hey, if you're new or if you've been in the game for a while, these are some things that I look for, or things you should consider looking at in terms of what a quality potential could be? Is there something you maybe want to throw out there?
Team. Who's the team? Like, who's the team behind the project? How much? How long have they been in this industry? If they just came in yesterday, look, I won't hold it against them. But then I want to know exactly what you did in the centralized world. Like, who did you work for? Did you work for IBM? Did you work for Cisco Systems? Give me that resume. I want to know how good you are at C++ and Python and every single, language out there that has anything to do with programming. So at the end of the day, these are the questions that you have to ask the team. If they're kind of like, hey, we're not going to answer, red flag is thrown out immediately. Like I'm coming in like a referee in a I want to say football, but obviously in America it's soccer. I'm coming in with the red card. Like, that don't sound right. Community's big. Community is good because community can go ahead and educate people that are just coming into the space, educate them the right way if the project's good. So you look And what's the utility? Like, what are you bringing to the table that hasn't been brought already? Like, what do you essentially bring to us that's going to change the world? Don't tell me about the same thing that there's 5,000 projects that are doing the same thing. Tell me why I should go in. Tell me. And start again, team, community, and then utility. Well, I don't want to say utility over. I guess utility and community, kind of like 1A, 1B kind of thing.
Yeah, and sometimes community is a little tougher just because if it's like super super new, right? They're developing their community. So do you ever invest in anything like that early to where the community culture isn't even established quite yet?
Listen, I went in. People begged me, Dave, go in, go in. Meme tokens were the rage. David would not go in. I hate speaking in the third person, but I would not go in for nothing. And then I had this thing like, you know what? I'm just gonna go run in, and do not be like David. Do not just run in, because David, like my thing has always been like, I have a game plan, I have a strategy. I'm going to just continue to move that route. Uh, I just look. I went in, poured money in, and I'm sitting at a heavy loss. Like, I'm literally sitting at a heavy loss. So that to me, just I want to tell you guys again and be repetitive and say, do your research. Do not follow anybody. Do not follow trends. Most likely, you will be holding a bag. You don't want to do that. You want to go ahead and get into a protocol that actually has a real utility, a real use case.
I love it. I love it. I want to talk about the future of crypto. What gets you crazy excited about this space and the direction it's headed?
Everybody's jumping in, right? You see the Nikes, the Adidas, the Pumas, like you have McDonald's, you got everybody coming into this space, and we're still early. We still haven't had, listen, without regulation, we still haven't had the real money pour in, because regulation does come in, and hopefully it's more crypto friendly than what we have now, where there's no clarity at all. You get the regulations that are crypto friendly and the clarity that is necessary, and now you see a, a ton of institutions, a ton of corporations start pouring in money into this space, and we're now in the trillions. We're not hoping for like 3 trillion. No, 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 no. Now we're in the trillions. Now we are this, this new market with a lot of cash flow in it, which will allow a lot of creatives to come in here and produce dope stuff. I'm watching my language. I'm gonna say that again. I'm taking my time and watching my language. I do not want to demonetize this man.
No, man, I think you're doing an exceptional job on the language front, my guy. You're good either way.
Thanks.
Um, hey, okay, I want to slide this question in. What do you think about Elon Musk, this bid for Twitter? What are your thoughts about speech and freedom of speech and social media, all that? What are your thoughts?
I think I honestly think there's two things. One, if Elon takes over, it can't be just him, because Elon can go ahead and say, you know what? I don't like you, so I am going to go ahead and ban you. It can't be that way. Like, if he's talking about freedom of speech, I'd like to see a decentralized component to it, to where you don't have just one person being a dictator. You have, you have a system in place that allows everybody to speak freely, whether it's left, right, middle, doesn't matter. Everybody should be allowed to go ahead and speak, as long as they don't cross that line. I've said this on a Twitter space. Like, as long as that line is not crossed, I think we should get back to what we were doing 20, 25 years ago. And that was not tiptoeing and stepping on, walking on eggshells. Speak your mind, speak your mind. I'm still that way. I don't give a, see, I caught myself. I don't care. I don't care. Like, I will continue to go ahead and speak freely, because I feel like that's missing in today's society. But Elon takes over. If you can go ahead and organize a group of people that'll make it fair, and allow people to speak and be open about speaking without fear of being banned, that would be great.
I love it. I mean, I think freedom of speech is important. Media, using our media as an outlet for communication, our social media handles. You lead Gokhshtein Media. Can you talk about Gokhshtein Media? What you guys are trying to do? Where you guys are headed there?
We are the dopest company in this space. No, we are. By the way, shout outs to the entire crew. They're like, "What? Why is David on with glasses and a backwards hat?" Listen, I want, first of all, thank you for very much again for inviting me onto your show. Appreciate it. Um, Gokhshtein Media started like 5.5 years ago as a magazine. I felt like there wasn't enough um, educational material out there for people, who are just jumping into the space to go ahead and do like just dumbed down. Like there wasn't enough dumbed down paperwork that you can go ahead and look at, articles that you can look at, and understand what cryptocurrency was or is, blockchain as well. So we started there, and then we grew, and now we're hosting AMAs all over the place, and podcasts, live casts coming back, and Bitcoin 2022, we were there, and that content will be shot out there, and we're just I think we're dope. I think we're a dope team that goes out there and gives it to you raw, man. Honestly, like we don't hold back. We're not left, right. We don't care. We don't want to call it down the middle. If one of my team members feels like I am a bleep, then they can go on an AMA and say like David is a complete bleep, like, and that's okay because that's what we want to go ahead and do. We want to produce dope content that's real, that's authentic, and you feel it. And we're growing, and the numbers show that we're doing that, and I appreciate it.
I love it. Knock Nation loves it. Many of y'all who watch, you guys know I'm turning $1 million into $100 million publicly. My wallet address is public for everyone to see what's possible. And I'm not gonna lie to you, David, bro. I pay attention to everything y'all put out in my $100 million challenge and our research analyst team, bro. You are one of the reasons people ask us like, what do y'all tap into when you make your decisions on what you're doing? And I don't tell everybody all the stuff, but like, man, I can't tell you how invaluable your resources, your content have been in helping us understand and grow in our knowledge in this space.
I appreciate it. And listen, I can't, don't thank me. At the end of the day, my writers are ridiculous. They are some of the most underrated writers in this space. They work for every media site or publication. And I'm honored that they picked us to go ahead and write their content for. We have some of the dopest people that go on AMAs to educate people. We continue to hire anybody who wants to be a part of a culture that is about adoption, about taking the time out to walk across the street and tell that person who's wandering around, who's still a part of the narrative or the current narrative of the fiat dollar, to go ahead and take time out to talk about cryptocurrency and even the NFT space. We want them a part of the G media culture. So yeah, shout outs to them, man. Not to me, man. I just got a big mouth and I go on to certain platforms and just yap away, man.
I love it. And everybody, everybody in Knock Nation, y'all need to be following David on Twitter. Y'all need to be subscribed. Y'all need to pay attention to everything he's putting out. This man is always ahead of the game in our space. He's an invaluable resource. Cannot commend him and his team highly enough. David, I want to ask you, what's ahead for you? What projects are you working on? What's ahead for you guys in 2022? What are you excited about?
I'm excited about everything. I just I worked for Everrise. I was a brand consultant there, 12 months. They're doing fantastic things. I left to more so to focus on G Media. Then comes along another project that's about charity, and I love charity. So it's month to month. Blue Sparrow, they're doing nice things with charity, building schools out in Kenya, which is really, that's dope to me. Like, I'm into charity. I won't say what I do for charity, but because I feel like that's a cop out. But it's a nice thing that they're doing over there. And again, G Media, we're looking to be all over the place. We'll be at every conference, whether it's obviously Bitcoin 2022. You have Consensus. You have all these conferences that you can finally go to because the pandemic is. Can I say that? Do I demonetize you for saying that?
I don't know.
Well, it's about over, right? So like. We can go ahead and meet each other in real life now, and not that I want to hug anybody, but like at the end of the day, you guys can hug now, real life conversations. It makes everything so much better. You can communicate a lot better. So it's dope. We're gonna do a lot again. Focused on G Media becoming the number one news media platform on or in this within our space in 2022, and we will do that. I'm so confident. Like I'm not. There's no number 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. We're coming in number 1. And when people, real quick, when people say, well, Coin Telegraph and Desk and stuff like that, that's not competition. Like if you want to just read an article, have fun. Like I'm talking about, we are delivering content, and that's a little bit different than what others are doing.
I mean, it's the difference between like eating, stale broccoli versus some, the broccoli that's sautéed and has some sizzle in it. So I mean, I think it's sensational. What y'all do is incredible, and it's good.
And we will continue to do it because we have dope. I wish I can. I wish I can cuss. I wish I can cuss. I'm not gonna do it. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. But yeah, we're going to do some really dope stuff. We just hired two more people, which people will know. And again, I feel like G Media, if anything, we're like Ethereum. So like we're Ethereum, and like if you really want to build your brand, you can build on top of us. You can create your own ERC20 token, and then if you feel like staying with us, great. If you don't, you can fly away.
I love it, man.
Build your own blockchain, right?
Let's go. It's crazy you mentioned Kenya and charity. My mom was actually raised in Kenya. And then, bro, charity, like one of my favorite projects that I'm invested in is Apollo Inu. It's a utility token disguised as a meme coin. And they give artists literally just money every single week. They're launching in about, they already launched, but they're launching their actual voting protocol in a couple of weeks. But, bro, charity is so important. And I think it's something in this space that there are a few that make a lot of noise about it, but generally speaking, I don't see enough, especially with all the wealth that's being created. What are your thoughts on crypto and charity?
So what are we going to do with $50 million? Like it's nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure somebody will spend that, or somebody could spend it in a day. But like, what are we really going with this generational wealth transfer? What are we really going to do with $50 million or $20 million? Like most of us, humble beginnings, right? So like, I'm hoping number one that people take, people get somebody that is well versed in, in finances, and that'll be able to teach somebody about finances and how to go ahead and take those gains that they get and hold them, and not just waste them like lottery winners, because lottery winners really don't do well when they win those prizes. So for me, like, give back, pay it forward. You can start workshops. Like you don't have to build a school. Like that's the first thing that somebody says. I'm gonna go build this. No, no, no. You don't have to do that. But you can create like workshops that will give somebody a certificate for, going to that school or that workshop, excuse me, for 3 months, and now they understand what crypto or blockchain is. Give somebody the proper education to become a coder. Let them understand what C++ is. Learn that so they can have a future in this industry. That's why we're so early. It's not tapped yet. We can do big things, like big things. So that's why I say, like, do you really need $50 million? Some people say, what are you talking about, Dave? Absolutely. And some people say, no, I can live off of 5, or I can live off of 4, or I can live off of 500,000. Like I'm comfortable at this, and I'd like to go ahead and see others, have the same or receive the same gift that I received because somebody paid it forward to me. So
I love it. I love it. Man, David, thank you so much. Final question, my man. Who do you have going to the NBA Finals, my guy?
Okay. I'm a Knicks fan, and maybe a Knicks fan should not say this.
Ooh.
Stop. Okay. I don't know who. At least I said my team. Okay. I'm a New Yorker. I gotta say it. I'd like to see. This is not like the New York Rangers and Islanders. I hate the Islanders and I hate the Devils. I like to see the Brooklyn Nets get in, and I think the Suns are gonna make it in, and I'd like to see the Suns win just because I like Paul. Paul deserves it. He deserves to win a championship, and I like Booker. Booker looks like he's playing a lot better. Yeah, he's living up to his potential. He's hitting that potential right now, and I just like to see him win. That's really it. But with my luck, it's going to be Brooklyn who gets in there with the Suns, and Brooklyn wins, and Kyrie's going to be. Don't get me started on that,
bro. Okay, the Phoenix Suns for sure. It's going to be the Suns and the Bucks. I cannot wait to see your Brooklyn Nets.
The rematch?
I want to see the rematch. Dude, the hunger, the intensity, the animosity that is bleeding from Giannis Antetokounmpo and that team, bro. They're cohesive. Their coaching is fine. They can play defense. And bro, the Nets, man, y'all are inconsistent. You got Kyrie. You never know what's gonna happen with that man Kyrie on any given day. You literally never know. And that defense from Boston is stout. I hope y'all lose in the first round. I think it's gonna happen actually in 7.
Well, listen, again, I'm not a Brooklyn Nets fan. All I'm saying is, well, man, Boston took yesterday, man. Yesterday was like, but I like what Kyrie did, man. I do the same thing, man. If the fans want to go ahead and cuss you out, man, you'll get it right back. He got fined $50,000, but listen, well worth it. He's in the millions. But all right, cool. Like, listen, if they get swept, I'll have a smirk on my face as well. But I wouldn't want Boston to win either way. I hate Boston. I hate every team in Boston. The Bruins, the Celtics, the Patriots. Okay, New England. Nope, absolutely not. By the way, the Patriots, we own your ass, and hopefully that. We own your donkeys, and the Giants, my team, we took it to y'all. So, but listen, yeah, I totally. Again, what I see for this space, it's going to be fantastic. People like you will be. Hopefully, it's you that I tune into and not MSM to go ahead and get my information. Seriously, that I really want to see us go ahead and be, reporting the news because we're living this right now, unlike everybody else.
100%. David, thank you so much for your insight. And just can't thank you enough for being here on this platform. It is an honor of a lifetime. I hope everybody is following David on Twitter. Go check my retweets out if you want to see him and follow him on Twitter. And make sure you keep up with Gokhshtein Media. Where they're at today is incredible as it is. You're actually seeing a seed. And what looks like a seed to so many people is a forest to a few of us. We're early. So buy as much Gokhshtein Media stock as you can. Invest your time there. And I don't think you'll be disappointed. I know me and my team haven't been.
I appreciate that. And looking forward to being invited back. If I'm not, I was on the show, son. No, I'm just.
Hey, listen, man. This is home, bro. Your family here, so you've done so much to help me in my game. I was nobody doing nothing a year ago, bro, and I've been following you for a minute. So you always have a home here. Looking forward to bringing you back on soon.
Let's go. Let's do it, man. I'll do it monthly. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. Have a great day, sir.
You too, man.